afternoon. My name is Martina McCray, and I'll be discussing with you the 9 steps to planning a budget friendly trip. So, now it's time for a getaway. Who am I? My name is Martina McCray. I'm actively pursuing a master's degree in public relations at Full Sail University. I'm just an experienced trip planner providing trips on expanding, and I'm also expanding to strive in the hospitality and travel industry. I provide great information from, just some of my relevant experiences. I've been planning trips for friends and family since 2007. Everyone tends to come to me to kind of plan their trips because they know I know where all the great deals are and things like that. I love to travel, and most of all, I love to save. So I'm your go to girl for advice and things like that. Step one, figuring out what is your budget. You want to stay in an area in which you're comfortable with. Don't go over budget. Just stay in an area that you're comfortable with. When you kind of figure out what you're working with, it makes the planning process a lot easier. And if you want to stay away from going over budget, because then you kind of tend not to want to enjoy your trip as much when you go over budget. So if you stay somewhere in which you're comfortable with, it'll make the planning process a lot easier. Step two, you want to think about where you want to go, what you want to do, and how you want to get there. For instance, do you are you up for traveling by bus, a plane, a car, a boat, things of that nature? You also want to discuss where you want to go. Obviously, if you're traveling somewhere international, a plane is going to be your best bet, or even maybe a cruise or a boat. So you kind of want to figure out, okay, so exactly where do I want to go and what do I plan to do there, and these are the ways that I'm planning to get there. So step 2 is very important. Step 3, you want to choose a date and a time frame and even a season in which you're traveling. So if you're planning to do something outdoor, maybe a summer season might be best for you, or if you're planning to go skiing, maybe even winter might work. You kind of want to discuss, with whomever you're traveling with. So are we going to do this or that, and if what season will work best for you. Obviously, if you have some sort of allergy issues, maybe winter won't work for you, or even summer. So you kind of want to figure out what what date and a time frame will work best. Step number 4, you want to do your research, start checking out some travel sites. There's some travel sites such as Priceline, Hotwire, Expedia, even social media gives you great ideas on where to go. I can actually, let me go ahead and show you how to navigate through some of these websites such as Priceline and Hotwire. So you can go ahead and visit Priceline.com, and it tells you here you can search where you want to go. You can type in a city, an airport, a point of interest, a hotel name, or even a zip code. Let's say you wanted to go to Puerto Rico, San Juan, Puerto Rico. You can choose a check-in date. Let's say you want to check in on September the 2nd, excuse me, to the 10th. It'll show you hotels. You can even choose it, flights, cars, and what's really great about Priceline is it'll incorporate a vacation package for you, which would include a flight, a hotel, and a car. If you go ahead and type Puerto Rico on here, I'm sorry, from where you're coming from. So let's see. I'm located in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, so we'll go ahead and choose that to Puerto Rico, and we'll go ahead and select on leaving on the 8th of September till maybe about the 14th of September. We'll choose 2 adults for now, and you can go ahead and hit search vacations, and it's loading up. And it says here that the negotiator's working on a negotiation for you, and there's here it is. It shows you several hotels. You can search through rankings, amenities, star rating, and even the brand of the hotel. And also on the bottom here, it shows you the flight information. So whatever time works for you, what time doesn't work for you. So this is just a tool, one of the many tools that you can search through. We could even check out Expedia, which is also another great tool to work with. It's pretty similar to Priceline. It can incorporate here for you flight hotel, flight and hotel in car, flight in car, or hotel in car. So that's just a couple of travel sites to work through that are really great to use. So let's go back here. So let's go ahead and touch on step five. You want to decide whether or not you want to travel alone, you want to travel with a partner, or even a group. Traveling with someone may cut the cost depending on the amount of attendees. So that's really something to take into consideration if you're traveling with, a group of friends, you can split the cost per the hotel, per the car, the gas, little things that add up when you're based on traveling. So, step six is once you've decided on the last few steps that we discussed, you can then research some things in the area that you can do. And some of my favorite things that provide you with many deals and things like that are some things like Groupon and Living Social. So, Groupon and Living Social are very easy to navigate through. Let's take a look. So we have Groupon here. So here on Groupon, it picks up your location of where you're already located. So what you can do is you can actually, if you're going somewhere, you can type in where you're going. So if I'm saying I'm going to Atlanta, Georgia, I could go ahead and type in Atlanta, Georgia. It shows me all of the deals in Atlanta, Georgia. Anything that I want to do that I might be interested in, if I want to go to the spa, or if I want to go do something outdoor, or if I want to do shopping, or for even all the fine restaurants on Groupon, it shows you everything. Groupon is one of my favorite tools to use, especially when traveling out of town. Also, Living Social is very similar and offers similar deals. Sometimes they have little better deals than Groupon or and vice versa. But Living Social is also very good to use. You can type in your location, Atlanta, Georgia, and it'll pick up all the deals in Atlanta, Georgia for you to use. You could do restaurants, and it shows you all the restaurants here, the deals, it shows you how much you're saving, and so forth. So, those two tools are extremely helpful when traveling. I also like to use Pinterest. Pinterest gives you not only gives you DIYs and how to use stuff, but Pinterest even helps with show with travel. Like if you it tells you where to go, what to do, things like that. Pinterest helps out a lot. You can type in exactly where you're traveling, traveling destinations, traveling tips for traveling international, and so forth. So, Pinterest is another useful idea as well. Moving on to step seven, where if you could purchase anything on those platforms that we discussed that might interest you, and most of the things are refundable just in case you don't get to do them. So you if you purchase them prior to going on your trip, you could go ahead and purchase five, six, seven, and 90% of the time Groupon and Living Social, they're really good on refunding items that have not been vouched for. So you will get a refund in case you go on this vacation and you don't get to use these particular items. So let's move on to step number eight. Once you've completed the above steps, you want to look over and review everything to make sure that you've stayed within your budget. You want to go ahead and total every single thing up. Once you've totaled everything up, then you might have room for spending money once you get to wherever it is that you're going. Okay, step number nine is to just go ahead and book it. These are some photos of where I've been. This is a picture of downtown Fort Lauderdale. This is a picture of the White House in Washington, D.C. We have a picture here of a really nice resort in Orlando, a nice picture of the Eiffel Tower in Las Vegas, and also another picture of downtown Las Vegas. Just a few places that I've went, but it's very important to decide what it is exactly that you want to do, and it is a process, and it can be tedious, but once you've kind of figured everything out and you plan it out appropriately, it's a really easy, fun process, and it can save you lots of money. All right, this is how you can reach me. I'm on Twitter at m squared 1234. I'm on Facebook at Martina McCrae, and I have my website is www.mccreapr.com. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope that you will go ahead and plan your next getaway. Thank you.